No Muslim can explain to us who is even Israel in the Quran. Suddenly this name appear everywhere. Israel, 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 Israel. Like, who is Israel? So the Bible is the book of truth. Introduce for us the information in a very accurate way. How Jacob became Israel. The story in Genesis 32 is so easy. But we go to the stupid Quran. Here we go. Children of Israel. Who is Israel? Have you ever heard of an author, he introduced a person to the story without telling us who is this person suddenly? How we can know from the Quran that Jacob is Israel? ما في معلوم. Exactly. This is a book, the Quran, written by an Indian boy from Bombay, a Muslim boy. Brother and sister, the Quran did not say that Jacob his name became Israel. However, brother and sister, if you go to the Bible, you open Genesis number 32, you will see that the Bible says that God, he called Jacob, that your name will be saved and you will become Israel. Like, Abdul, this is our Bible. If the Quran is the book of God, should be independent, should be a book by itself. It turned to be that the God of Islam cannot. Like, do you Muslim consider the Bible as part of your book? No. If the Muslim consider the Torah and the Gospel is part of their book, then I can say, okay, you know what? It is. So they are not using different book. It's the same. No, they don't. They make mockery of the Torah. They make mockery of the Jews. They make mockery of the Christian. All they corrupted the Torah and the Gospel. This is what they say. But the second you ask them a sensitive question, they scratch their butt and they try to find the answer from it, from our book. How our book is corrupted, you donkey, and then you cannot find who is Israel from your book. And then the children of Israel, obviously it's a man. Children of Israel, children of Israel, children of Israel. In chapter 3, verse number 93, it says that all food was made lawful for Israel, including pork. Yes. So how pork became bad later? No explanation. Well, just suddenly Jacob, he eat all food except what he forbid himself from eating, which means the food he don't like. It's not God who told him not to eat this or that. In Genesis 32, Tovia singer, he tried to fix it. So Jacob, he was left alone, and a man wrestled with him till daybreak.
The struggle with an angel.
See, he just said an angel. Guys, did you hear it? Did he say it is an angel? He said that, right? If it's an angel, so why Jacob saying, I saw God face to face? It was an angel. We heard Tovia singer saying clearly, he struggled with an angel. If we ask Tovia singer, where here it says the word angel? Like in the beginning of the chapter, the word angel appear. Like, you know, if you go to verse number, 3, 2, you will see it. But this is not. This is later. A man appeared to him. All right. Here. Do you see? But this is now not the same story. And then the story continue, and then a man he appeared to him. Not an angel. It doesn't say the word angel. But Tovia Singer, in order to make it fit with his explanation, it is now an angel. And by the way, I have no problem to see an angel. But this angel obviously is God. Right? So look how hypocrite they are. An angel, even though the verse says a man. God spoke to Abraham. They say those are 3 angels. But the Bible says it clearly that 2 angels left and 1 stay, and that is Hashem. Here is the same story, a man, just 1. And this one, he came to Jacob, and he was called here only as a man. The word angel is not showing. And this is his translation.
2, where Jacob has this struggle with an angel, he ultimately has to face his adversary head on, as the Jewish people would have to repeatedly. There's a caveat here that requires explanation.
Okay.
The Torah and the prophets that follow use expressions, idioms, that we would never use today. And if you're not familiar with this, you will find yourself terribly lost. We find in the Torah that those who represent God are called God. We would never do this as those who worship God, those who are monotheists, who worship the true God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. In our convention,
Guys, did you see how stupid this idiot he is saying now? He was explaining what? The story of Jacob, right? Isn't it true? Where in the story of Jacob, the guy, this man, he says, I'm God. Jacob is the one who he said, I saw God. Face to face. Face to face. So when he claimed that in the Torah, sometimes the word used in a place for people who represent God or an angel, that is a stupid of you to say, even if it's true, because the story here doesn't fit. So he tried to bring you other example from different place to fix his theory, which is against the Bible teaching word by word. Because if it was someone represent God, that means Jacob never spoke to God, never saw God, and Jacob here is lying. Why Jacob don't say, I saw the face of an angel? Why he's saying God? Oh, he represent God? That is not a statement of a truth then. Either I saw God or I did not see God. And how he was spared? He was spared by the man or by God? By God, which is the man. And this is why actually he lived. Because if we see God the way he is, you will die. He will be destroyed. It's very stupid that somebody claimed to be a rabbi and he tried to go to different verses far away from the topic, out of context, and trying to place them in the same place. So let us repeat the questions. Maybe this funny so-called self-rabbi, he can explain to us. If anyone have a connection to him, ask him, why 3 men appear? Now we know that Jesus says before Abraham, I am, right? And Abraham, he saw my day and he rejoiced for it. So obviously Jesus is making it clear that he was one of those three. Correct? Now, we cannot take the Jews like into a corner, says, oh, this is Jesus said that, so you have to believe in it. Well, they don't believe in Jesus. But here we have a question no so-called rabbi can answer. Why God came to Abraham when nobody can see God the way he is? So how he appeared to him? Is the Bible here describing something truthful happened, or it was a delusion? No Jewish rabbi will dare to say it's a delusion. It's true. So he appeared to him, and this is a physical appearance. In fact, the other rabbi, he says to him, he said to us, he was next to him.
Okay. 18 of Genesis, verse 1. And the Eternal appeared unto him in the plains of Mamre, and he sat in the tent door in the heat of the day. So God comes to Abraham when Abraham is in the tent.
Right.
Okay. Then it says, and he, who is that?
Abraham.
Lifted up his eyes and looked and beheld three men stood by him.
Sorry for that.
Okay, now wait a minute. God is...
So, guys, did he say God came to him? Did he say the word God came to him? He said that, right? God came to him. Came. Because appeared can be vision. Right? I can say Jesus appeared to me as a vision. Appear, maybe it's a vision. But now, this rabbi, he got himself busted by saying the truth. That God came. Not only just appear, he came. He came as what? Do he dare to answer? As long he came what? He came as a spirit. He came, and then he says he came to him and he was next to him. Listen carefully.
18 of Genesis, verse 1. And the Eternal appeared unto him in the plains of Mamre, and he sat in the tent door in the heat of the day. So God comes to Abraham when Abraham is in the tent.
Right.
Okay. Then it says, and
in the plain of Mamre. That's a good one, isn't it?
he, who is that?
Abraham.
Lifted up his eyes and looked and beheld three men stood by him. Okay, now wait a minute. God is already there.
Right.
So he...
I mean, how silly, how stupid. The story, the whole story is about God appeared to Abraham. So why the three men is there if God is already there? Who need those three men? What they will do? If God is there, if the king himself is there, who cares for those three men? It's just silly, it's just stupid. They are so desperate to get away from it. So this is my question to all so-called Jewish rabbis, if there is any is listening. Why there are three? Is the Bible trying to help the doctrine of the Christians about the Trinity? Why three? Was it an incident? Like God don't mean it? He made a mistake?